I don't really cry when I hear my songs, just because I think that's kind of weird. But that one actually really did. It did get me, and it got her too.
Yeah, and you got the happily ever after story, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. High school sweetheart.
Yes, we went to high school together. We were like best friends for a long time, and then started dating senior year of college. Finally, she was like, maybe this guy is.
So you were trying the whole time. You got friend zoned, is what happened.
I was, and to her credit, I don't have any game, so maybe she didn't know I was trying, but I knew I was trying.
What's keeping you sane right now in a world of music releases and a pretty beautifully scary but exciting time with the child on the way?
That's a good question.
I plead the fifth. I did some shit when I was drunk last night. Some hell, I posted bail, but I won't testify.
Cooper Allen, how are you doing, sir?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Great to be here.
2 weeks out. 2 weeks out from this pretty massive 2-disc double release. You don't hear that a lot anymore, man.
Yeah, we just we had a lot of songs, and they all kind of made sense and sort of went together-ish. And so we put them all on there. You said 2 weeks out, and I'm having a baby in about a month is when we're supposed to have the baby.
So you're right in the middle of 2 releases is what's happening.
Exactly. And you said 2 weeks out, and I'm like, oh my God, are we 2 weeks now?
Pressure's on. Pressure's on. Yeah, speaking of which, man, you were just you were on the Today Show and you made your debut performing Starting to Show, which is just like a heart tugging in the best way possible moment and song, and your wife and your parents were on set.
You're starting to show, I'm starting to dream. Yeah, we started at 2, now we turned into 3, and I'm kind of freaking out. I can't wait to count 10 little toes. Yeah, we started as kids, now we're painting the room. Look at what God did and what He's about to do. I guess you never really know how big this love can grow, but it's starting to show.
Walk me through what that was like, man.
Dude, it was that was really cool. I grew up, watching that. My mom watches it every morning. My wife watches it all the time. And so like getting to be up there and just like be in that studio and, meet all those people and, they're all as nice, if not even nicer than you would expect. And the vibe up there is really good. And it just, it made you feel pretty welcome. So that was a cool thing for all of us to get to do. And I tell you, I think we woke up at 3 a.m. that morning and we were juiced, man. We were just amped.
Why that song? I mean, obviously the impending, birth is on the way, but is that why, or is it just, if you're going to take any sample size from Winston Salem, that's the track you want people to know?
That song definitely like means the most, just with where we are in life and watching Hallie go through, all this pregnancy the past year and just, and getting ready to grow the family. It's the most meaningful, to me. And probably my favorite on the whole record. So it kind of made sense to play it on there.
Yeah. With when you say record, I mean, I still can't get over how many songs are a part of this. It's a double disc. When did you decide, hey, we have so many songs that I'm not going to break this up into multiple projects. I want to release it all at one point. Yeah. How far into the process?
We had about half of it done earlier this year.
This is all this year.
Yeah, and like last
crazy
back half
still
of
like
year and this year, yeah.
Wild, man.
We love writing, man. Got to do it every day, or else you start to suck. So
yeah.
But yeah, half of it was done, and it was kind of the deeper, more like storytelling side. And I was like, I love this, but this doesn't really feel like all of me necessarily. So let's get in there. Let's do the crazy stuff that make people go like, "What the hell is this?" And the album will be complete.
It's got range, to say the least, right? You have songs like Good Mama, or of course Starting the Show, that just I think a lot of people can relate to, and they're like, oh man, that just tells the story of my life, right? That's my song now. And then you have songs like Plead the Fifth, where it's like, okay, maybe I will hopefully never end up in jail having to face a judge at 8 a.m. and explain or not explain previous night activities. But I like that we're across the board, man. There's something for everyone. With the whole party side A and then, family side B, which side do you find yourself listening to more now that it's out?
Once I release stuff, I don't listen to it at all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
you're one of those.
But I listen to it a lot, like leading up,
sure.
Just to like make sure I'm like, is this actually, am I doing the right thing here? And there are parts of each that I love so much, and there are some songs on the more like kind of deep side that I like more than anything. I like listening to the party songs just because like I don't know,
They're party
they
songs.
make me smile and it make me laugh. So
Yeah.
I think like that drunk drink song, which is absolutely absurd. Sea shanty. That might be like my favorite one to listen to, which is a weird me thing, but I love sea shanties.
Hey, just give me something cold. Raise it up tonight until tonight's tomorrow. Pour me two for every day of this godforsaken week. Tonight all I need is a get me drunk drink. Hey, don't matter what it be. Tonight all I need is a get me drunk drink.
What is your process as you're getting ready to release music? Like you said, you're listening to it a lot just to make sure there's no mess ups. What's the latest you flipped a song on a project last minute?
Starting the show was pretty last minute.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we got that recorded like because I release things so fast and like producers hate me and DSPs hate me. But starting the show, I think we had to have the record uploaded with a decent amount of lead time, and I think we finished recording that song like a day or two before we like had to have it uploaded to come out on November 7th. So that was definitely the latest edition.
You're starting to show, I'm starting to dream. Yeah, we started at 2, now we turn into 3, and I'm kind of freaking out. I can't wait to count 10 little toes. Yeah, we started as kids, now we're painting a room. Look at what God did and what he's about to do. I guess you never really know how big this love can grow, but it's starting to show.
I've been known to be like, hey, this little tease is going viral. Can you finish this song like yesterday? And a producer's like, dude, this is...
You got to stop doing this to me.
Why are you this?
Yeah, because I'm having a baby, dude, in a month. You got to work with me on this. That's what's happening.
You got to flip it on them and make them feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's their problem. It's not yours. Come on, you're about to be a dad. Do you remember the first time you started the show for your wife, for Hallie?
Yeah, because it wasn't that long ago. And I think I sent her the demo, and that's like one of the only ones that's made us both cry. I don't really cry when I hear my songs, just because I think that's kind of weird. But that one actually really did. It did get me, and it got her too. So when both of us are getting emotional to a song, I think that's when that's a good sign.
Hopefully it's a good sign.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Best advice you've gotten for parenthood heading into it. I'm sure everyone has their 2 cents to give you. Is there anything that stood out from the norm that you're like, oh, wow, I didn't even think about that?
I it always kind of makes me mad, the people that are like, oh, just wait. Just wait. Just wait for their sleep. Just wait for when they're this. Just wait for when they're this. And I'm like, well, that's not really that fun of a way to look at it.
It's also not helpful at all, right?
Yeah. The advice that's been the best is the people that are just like I promise you, it is the best thing you've ever done. Do not worry about, anything outside of just normal parent worrying, because it's all going to be okay if you just really care and you really try and you show up and you're there. So that's been the best advice, because there's a lot to be nervous about keeping a tiny human alive.
Yeah.
But a lot of people,
when you phrase it that way too. Yeah. I mean, I would imagine there's some duality between the unsolicited advice of you being a budding star in the country world and finding a lot of success digitally first before, you go the more traditional routes of Nashville and whatnot. I'm sure it's a lot of the same kind of echoes where it's like, you just wait, you'll find out, and you're like, come on, man. I got it. I know it's going to be hard. I'm prepared for that.
Yeah. We chose to have a kid. And so, you know what, we at least know what might come with it.
Yeah, and you got the happily ever after story, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. High school sweetheart, just celebrated 2 years of marriage not too long ago. Now your 2 is turning into a 3 in your words.
Yeah, baby. Yes, we went to high school together. We were like best friends for a long time, and then started dating senior year of college.
Wow.
So we kind of had a good foundation, which was cool. And finally, she was like, maybe this guy is.
So you were trying the whole time. You got friend zoned, is what happened.
I was, and to her credit, I don't have any game, so maybe she didn't know I was trying, but I knew I was trying.
Yeah,
and it happened at the right time for sure.
Yeah, Winston Salem. Obviously, this is somewhere you're from, hometown hero. What do you wish people knew more about that area in North Carolina specifically?
Dude, don't sleep on Winston-Salem. We got it right there. And this is not because I named my album Winston-Salem. Anybody who knows me, I've been, pounding the tables for Winston-Salem since an early age, and going to college and being here. I love it. It's a great place. It's a big enough city with enough to do, but it's a small town where you kind of feel like you know everybody. But like, people don't realize, Krispy Kreme started there. Camel cigarettes, Winston cigarettes, the original Empire State Building. When they were building that, they built a smaller model first in Winston-Salem to see it, and it was the R.J. Reynolds building. So we have the OG Empire State Building. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in Winston-Salem.
You can't just go from Krispy Kremes to cigarettes to, oh, by the way, we had the Empire State Building first. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And our tallest building, well, you can look at our skyline. Our tallest building is hilarious looking. It looks like a penis. So that is our skyline when you drive in, and it's like this.
Sure.
This place.
I'm home. Here we are.
Party.
So what's the activity then? Like, obviously you look at the certain shaped building when you arrive. You got a little bit of lore. What's like the one thing that people should do when they first get to Winston-Salem?
Ooh, we got a lot of good breweries, which everybody has a lot of good breweries these days, I guess. But I love, like, when you get into like Winston, they call it Tobacco Road, Winston. Then you get out to like Chapel Hill, Durham, Raleigh. Mm-hmm. The college sports that go on in like a 2-hour radius pretty much is really, really cool. And I'm a North Carolina fan, but Wake Forest.
Yeah, you're a UNC guy, right?
Yeah, and I hate all the other teams, and they all hate me.
Respectfully, but I have to, yes.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's respectfully, but
appreciate your honesty.
Just the college sports aura that goes on there, like the rivalries and basketball and football. It's a really cool thing that, like, outside of, I don't know, Texas and like Florida, you just don't really see a whole lot of all of that just compacted right there. So I always say, go check out those campuses, basketball, football games.
It's just always cool to see. Yeah. Let's talk about the Cooper Allen Foundation, man. This is an amazing thing. I think everyone is kind of in agreement that mental health, even though it's coming to more of a forefront now, is still not talked about enough. It's not made normal enough. What inspired you to do this, and talk to me about the foundation?
Yeah, exactly what you said. Bringing it to the forefront a little bit more, and trying to raise money to give to organizations that can really make an impact on people. It's something that I've always kind of dealt with, just anxiety, and it's never been anything terrible, luckily for me. But it's always something that I've dealt with, and doing the therapy thing since college, really. And so I think it's important. It's something that's near and dear to me. I think the mind has a whole lot of power over everything. And I think if you don't take care of your mind, then the rest of your body, the rest of anything, is kind of bound to decline a little bit. So you just got to take care of it like you do any other part of your body. And so just talking about it, making it normal, and trying to help people in some way. And it was at the encouragement of my parents and my wife. They were like, hey, you don't have to be a stadium act to start a foundation. We can start this right now and see how it goes. And year one was a huge success. We're working on year two right now. End of March, we're having our big event, raising money for veterans' mental health this year.
Oh, amazing. So
it's been the coolest career thing that I've gotten to do, 100%.
Yeah, not for nothing either. When music is a hobby or a passion, but that becomes your work too, you need other passions to focus on as well. So I have a ton of admiration for that, man. Good on you for that. That's incredible. Do you have a favorite quote? We have a segment on the show called Mental Health Monday, and we go over different quotes, tips, tricks, ideas that stick with us. Is there anything that comes to you?
There's not a specific quote, but
maybe an idea.
Yeah. I always think of, like, a lot of mental health is like, me focused and all that stuff. But I think you work on yourself and build the tools to, have productive mental health. I think you do it as much for the people around you as you do yourself. And I don't think that people often realize, like, how much others are affected by you, because you have people that love you. You have people that feel what you feel. And so when you're going through something and you're not doing anything about trying to fix it, then you're really hurting a lot more than just yourself. So I've always to me, that's like, I don't feel like doing the therapy thing, or I don't, feel like actually addressing this, issue or whatever I'm going through. If you don't address it, then I just think you're kind of being weak. And the strong thing to do is go out there for the sake of yourself and everybody and try to figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Oof. All right. On a lighter note, you're headed to the UK for a pretty impressive run coming up in April. You've got, drunk drink. You got the sea shandies. Are you prepared for the level of, let's call it pre-gaming that may occur in the UK?
Yeah, I think I would have been prepared 10 years ago in college probably. Sure. But we'll see what happens. Australia definitely threw me.
Did you have to do a shoey?
Yeah, did a lot of shoeys and was willing,
a lot, multiple, plural. Okay.
Yeah, shoey every night. I was very impressed by their ability to get absolutely rocked. It was awesome.
They're resilient, to say the least. Yeah, those people.
And it's 100 miles an hour or nothing. So I'm expecting same energy from the folks in the UK. I've been wanting to go over there for years, and I can't believe we're finally getting.
Have you ever been or no?
I played golf in Ireland after college with some buddies, but never cool. done the whole thing. Right. And I'm ass at golf, so that's something in and of itself.
That's what everyone says when they're actually good, because I've gotten tricked into golf a few times. They're like, don't worry, man, we all suck. And then I show up, I'm like, you guys don't suck. You're just saying that because you want me to come to make you feel better about your game. I know the game. I know the trick, man.
Yeah, it's the universal just dude thing to do is say you suck at golf. So, but I'm actually pretty bad.
What's keeping you sane right now in a world of music releases and a pretty beautifully scary but exciting time with the child on the way? What's your safe space when you got 5 seconds to yourself?
That's a good question. Sports, honestly, like exercise and sports, outside of family time and time with my wife and friends, family, and then music. I really just watch Carolina basketball and football, which I don't know if that gives me peace, but it makes me happy. So, yeah.
At least in the beginning of the games, yes.
Exactly. Leading up to the game is awesome. Then game time happens, and it's the perpetual cycle of misery.
Right.
But, yeah, that's how I spend a lot of my time, just keeping up with sports and following stuff.
I know that this year might be a little different for very exciting reasons, but what's the holidays usually look like in the Allen household?
Oh, dude, I love Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday for sure.
Is it?
We always, all my family's in Winston, and Hallie's family is from there, but comes back to Winston. And we go out and we play a 15-some of golf from the women's tees, and start drinking at 8 or 9, which is a lot of fun.
That kind of Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, you can see why it's my favorite.
Yes.
And then we watch football, basketball all day. It's always a good sports time, and I love being back in Winston when everybody's there and just seeing high school friends and family friends and all that stuff. And then Christmas is kind of the same, just a lot of seeing people and hanging out, and we'll be cozying up with a little small child here this Christmas, which will be awesome.
That's exciting, man. Coming from the man who had a song called "Carrying the Club" with Flo Rida not too long ago.
Carrying the crib.
There you go. I put out the remix. See if Flo's down for that. What was that like, man?
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
Such a cool guy. And I can't take any credit for the song at all. I just wrote a little bridge on it and sang on the hit that was already there. But yeah, I've looked up to him for such a long time, and I mean, all-time bangers in his catalog, and getting to meet him, you just never know what people are going to be like. And he was so cool. And his, the guys around him were so cool, and they were so nice, and they made the most awkward, just no swag dude and me feel welcome, which was really cool. I mean, rolling around Miami Beach with Flo Rida, you kind of feel like you're the man.
I'm carrying the club with me from Miami up to Tennessee. Turn the dime into a VIP. I'm carrying the club with me down on Broadway where they don't see dough, or out in Paris everybody know. All day long, no matter where I be, I'm carrying the club with me.
You got to, man. I remember the first time I did an interview with him was like 10 minutes after he got off one of his buddy's shoulders when he went through the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is insane, man. And he's just like sitting on his tour bus. He's like, yeah, how are you doing, man? I'm like, we're not going to address the fact that you just did that.
And also, shout out to that guy's shoulders, because Flo's
seriously, because Flo's not a small guy.
No, he's tall and he's got muscles on him. So
yeah,
good for that guy.
He could palm me pretty easily.
Yeah.
Let's go over that way. Well, Cooper, man, I can't tell you. Your energy is just radiating. You can tell you're excited, and as you should be. We'll end on this series of questioning about the project, man, because Winston Salem is out, but you're going to be very busy, rightfully so, doing other things and over the next couple of weeks. So anyone who hasn't listened to it yet, what are you hoping they get out of it?
I hope you kind of got to listen to the whole thing, I think, which is 20 songs. That's a lot to ask, but maybe do it on a road trip or a flight.
It's a great road trip album, I will say that.
Exactly. But it's every part of me, and it's the most authentic thing collectively that I've done. Just in terms of writing what I'm going through, writing about life, writing about family and this stage of our life, and then just not being afraid to experiment with just ridiculous stuff and put it all on a project. It's just, I feel like I've always been me, but it's always just been releasing singles. So taking a chance and putting all this stuff on a record was a little scary, but not that scary anymore because it's out there. So
it's out.
Yeah. It's
awesome. Maybe an overzealous question. I mean, obviously, you got a lot going on, but you said you never stop writing. That's when you start to suck. So is it too early to start saying, have we already started thinking about the next project? Oh yeah.
I wrote yesterday, writing again.
It's crazy.
Thursday, definitely going to
take a break, but let it breathe.
This week we gotta be dad. So I'm going to focus on that for sure. And then probably, start working on stuff again, January, February. But yeah, it's kind of I don't know, as an artist, we're all this way. It's, you put something out and then you're immediately like, I think I can do better than that. So let's go try to beat that somehow, which is probably not healthy, but that is what we do.
You said you don't like listening to your stuff back once it's out. Why do you think that is? I mean, are you being a little hyperbolic when you say that, or is it really like, oh man, I can't hear this right now, I'm moving on?
It's definitely not like, I don't freak out if it comes on, or
you're not like the actor that's like, I will never watch my own movie kind of thing,
yes, please.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm on to my next project.
It's a crazy thing though. I love being on stage, and I, am on social media all the time. So people would probably think that I just love being center of attention all the time. And in some some facets I do, but I really don't, outside of that stuff. So, I'm kind of a background guy when I'm not on a stage. So hearing myself just kind of makes me go I don't know. My voice sounds weird. I've never even listened to myself talk. Interviews are worse than songs.
Voiceover or voicemails and all that.
Exactly.
So you're telling me you're not going to go back and watch this piece of art that we're creating right now?
Maybe just for you, I will.
Just
I'm going to mute my parts though. I just want to hear you again.
I appreciate it. Okay, songs off of Winston Salem as we're wrapping up. What are you most excited to perform live? Because obviously the energy of a track changes a little bit from when you're in the studio to when you're on stage. So for sure.
So Plead the Fifth has been so much fun live, but that's been out for a year. And Dale Dickens is so fun live.
A casual 25 million streams on that track, by the way. No big deal.
And a lot of them in the UK. A lot of rowdy UKers blasting that one, which makes sense because it's an old Lang Syne rip. So
Dale's so dumb, no one's ever gonna know. The whiskey flows. I think my ex has got to go. Take a little nap in a burlap sack. Take a little trip where we don't come back. Hey, what you say? I know this sounds all kind of crazy, but he's got mean and beating, cheating, running through him. Don't feel bad, that boy has it coming to him.
Drunk Drink will be really fun. BOS, I'm going to learn how to play that on the piano, I hope. And that'll be a fun one live. Starting the show's fun live, just even though it's slow, it's just kind of one of those moments. But yeah, really all the fast stuff I think will be really fun live. Slow stuff you never know, but a lot of them are still fun.
And you called it out too. Plead the Fifth does have a interpolation of Auld Lang Syne, which for those that don't know is the New Year's Eve song. So if you're looking to switch it up this New Year's Eve and welcome into 2026, there's your option. Cooper, congratulations on the release. Congratulations on, I don't want to call it a release, but the delivery part 2 that's coming out in 2 weeks. That couldn't have been more awkward. My producers are laughing at me for that one.
I love it. I love it.
Dude, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and congratulations on everything. Seriously, to you and your wife.
Hey, thank you very much for having me, man. And thanks for talking up the record and all the things. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, brother. Cooper Allen, Winston Salem, 2 parts album is out now. Make sure you're keeping up with the UK tour on the way. Lots more to come from the guy at Cooper Allen to follow along.